Today's edition of Mac Voices is supported by MacVoices Magazine, our free Flipboard magazine that brings you some of the best Mac, iPhone, and iPad productivity tips on the web. High in signal, low in noise, just like Mac Voices, MacVoices Magazine includes information on how you can get more out of your Apple technology. Subscribe at macvoices.com/magazine or search for MacVoices Magazine on Flipboard. Welcome to Mac Voices Live on Facebook. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this time around, we're going to talk to some of our friends about some of the latest Apple gear, what they got, and what their first experiences are. So, and we also have a guest in the chat room who has just winked on, winked out. So let's go around the table, find out who's here, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to do as I usually do, just run my screen. First up, Mr. David Ginsburg. David, welcome. Good to have you.
Good to be here. Appreciate it. Good to be, and good to talk about some fun gear we have.
That's great. That's great. Ms. Britany Smith is with us. Britany, welcome.
Hi, thanks. I'm excited. I want to talk about my phone.
Yeah. I believe this is the second time for Andrew Orr on Mac Voices Live. Andrew, welcome. It's great to have you.
Hey, everyone. I'm excited to be here.
Going to be a lot of fun. And joining us as a guest, the whole way from Egypt, Islam Hassan. Islam, welcome. It's great to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for.
Now we have to say that Islam, we're a little concerned about Islam because it's 3 a.m. in Egypt, and he's here hanging out with us on Mac Voices. So figure it out. And we're about to have one other addition to the panel. I just admitted her to the chat room.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
Any minute she shall appear.
She not.
Maybe.
Oh.
She not. There she is. Miss Kelly Guimont is back.
Hey.
Kelly, how are you?
I literally just messaged Kelly a little bit and I said, hey, I'm spontaneously on tonight.
Yep.
Well, we knew Kelly would be here, so.
He's like, hey, I'm talking to Britany right now. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, God, what time is it? So, yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Once again, man. Andrew, my hair was on time and I was a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Perfect. So, guys, I know it was an expensive couple of days for me, I guess a week or two ago. But the fruits of that expense have now landed, or at least some of them have landed at my house. But I'm going to save me for last and ask everybody what they've received, what's actually in your hand right now versus what might be arriving, say, tomorrow. So, David, let's jump in with you first.
Oh, there it is. iPhone 12 Pro Max. Loving it. It's a masterpiece. It's just been probably one of the fastest iPhones I've got. My first impression of it, and the screen is just incredible. I mean, I can't believe how the OLED screen makes such a big difference in the sharpness and the just overall performance of the iPhone. It's probably one of the better ones, one of the best ones I've had. My first impression. So,
did you get the Pacific Blue, David?
I did, yeah.
Okay,
you can see that on the back there. I got a clear case, which I got some stories to tell you about some of the issues I had, but yes, it's Pacific Blue.
Okay, all right. Look forward to the stories.
Yes,
Britany, what do you have in your hot little hand?
I don't want to get too personal, but I've lost a little weight. About 2.7 ounces to be specific.
A mini! That is a little guy.
I know. I'm like, she is the opposite of David because I already know.
I know.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And my phone doesn't hurt my hand when I use it for a long time. It's amazing. I have a chance at building new habits again that will let me use my phone with good posture because it doesn't keep sagging with weight slowly until I'm looking down.
What do I see a case on that?
Yeah, I got the clear case and I'm definitely returning it. It already has a crack in it. Two.
Well, I've heard of other people having that problem too.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Did not know that.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that too. Andrew, what qualifies you to be on this panel?
So I like how we have the Pro Max and the Mini, because I'm right in the middle with this just regular 12 Pro. It's, as we've talked about on our podcast at TDO, it's my first phone in like 4 years. So I'm jumping from the 7 Plus to the 12 Pro. Wow. It's about time, right? And I'm in love with it. The camera is amazing. I sent Kelly this night mode shot I took of my apartment building, and I was like blown away by night mode and how
night mode is unbelievable.
Easy it is to, it's just so easy to take these professional looking cameras, photos.
Do you know what I just realized? I've been so excited about the size. I haven't even tried dark mode. Now I want to go do it right now.
Hold on a sec.
Okay. Well, you can
update
go if
Andrew's
you want.
nickname to Goldilocks.
She
totally did it too.
Okay. All right. So we're coming back for stories on that one, Andrew. Kelly?
Well, we had too big and too small, and he had just right. So that's all. Yeah, so, it's no more complicated than that.
The three bears, or never mind. What? Well, I know you showed us. I guess was it last week on MacVoices Live?
2 weeks ago when mine showed up.
2 weeks ago when it was
in
there,
the middle of the program. Yeah, so, as we were live.
So you've had it. Okay.
Yeah, I have the 12 Pro. I had the 11 Pro. I unexpectedly got a 12 Pro. I had no plan to do so. So the excitement at my house was texting Mr. Kelly, "Hey, guess what? You get a new phone because I get a new phone." So wait, what? So and he was actually a little bit jealous, I guess, of the night mode on my 11 Pro, and I even the day I got the 12 Pro, the day it showed up, I was still taking night mode photos with my 11 Pro, a year later, and still can't get over the camera with it. As far as you were talking about being an expensive week, my HomePod Mini will be here tomorrow, allegedly, and my laptop shows up next week. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I don't have anything I have my phone, but I don't have anything else hands-on that I can talk to you about yet. But I'm really excited and once again thankful for the deliveries app because it has push notifications, and every time one of them moves, I get to find out what it is instead of compulsively refreshing tracking pages in Safari.
Yeah, because none of us ever do that.
No, I don't move and sit on the couch and open the front door and stare out the window till the UPS guy comes.
It's not loading right now.
And Islam confessed to us pre-show that he is not an iPhone guy, but he is a Huawei guy. So, but we like you anyway. So maybe we can talk you into something here as we go along.
Night mode is
my whole family got an iPhone.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Night mode, I still can't get over. Even 11 Pro, Mr. Kelly took a photo in the dark of some trees in the parking lot. He was shopping and took a picture of some trees in the parking lot and sent me this picture. Andrew, the one I sent you, that was spectacular, and he took it in the dark. It was full on nighttime. And those photos are unbelievable. And the best thing about night mode is what it does for lowish light photos. So a picture that you take when maybe the lighting's not so bright, it's not quite what it should be, that picture is still exceptional. And it just makes every picture that you take a tiny bit more clear, a tiny bit more detailed, a tiny bit more in focus, less grain, less noise. It's just spectacular.
Mm-hmm. I was more impressed with that photo than my own, because my apartment building has, it has lights on it. So, that makes sense. Maybe it can capture some light in night mode, but that was just a picture of the trees. Presumably they don't give off light, but it was still a very clear, crisp photo.
Yeah. So there's the picture. I don't know how well it'll do with the reflection, but there you go.
Yeah, coming through.
So
Yeah.
like there's a street light in the vicinity, I think, or something, but it's just, but like when you can see it in person, all the different colors in the leaves and stuff is just spectacular. And he sent me that just after we had transferred everything over to the 11 Pro. And then he was like, I just took this in the parking lot and just, didn't set it up or anything and just pointed, waited for the, I keep thinking of it like waiting for the film to develop, like it's a Polaroid or something, because you have to wait. Only you don't shake it. So it was just like in my brain, I have to wait for it to develop, like because I'm an old person, apparently.
Yeah.
But what it does for all kinds of other photos, the computational photography that happens on iOS is just amazing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
I'll say Chuck's got to show us his.
Shoot. And my screen went out just then. Yes. So I went with the 12 Pro Max.
Okay.
This time, which for me was an upgrade in size because I had the 11 Pro before, not the Max, but the 11 Pro. And I was a little concerned. I've had the Pro sizes before, but this was the reason I went primarily the reason I went with it was that this was the best camera. It had the LiDAR. It, had those couple extra little tweaks. And I tell you what, I've been quite surprised because I really thought when I pulled it out, it's like, oh boy, this is going to feel like a surfboard in my pocket. And I really haven't noticed that much of a difference. I mean, of course it's larger. There's no question about it, but it's not obnoxiously larger. And I've been surprised at just how nice and easy it has fit into my hand. And, just everything about it, I love. I have Kelly, you reminded me of something I wanted to do and I haven't done it yet. I have not tried to take a picture, like you said, just in the flat out dark, but the pictures I've taken with light, with normal light are just, stunning.
It's spectacular.
And to David's point, I don't believe in running the speed test. I want to know how the thing feels. And it definitely feels significantly snappier, not just, snappier. It feels significantly snappier than my 11. So I'm loving it. And I too, I got one of the Spigen cases, clear plastic.
I'm probably about to order one of those. I do like the clear. I'm currently rocking the Urban Armor Gear. This is a matte black. It's compostable. So shout out for making a recyclable case that also has the mil-spec drop protection on it. But like to carry around, I want a clear case because I got the blue and it's so pretty. And like, I was going to get the mini, just like Britany's, like my knee-jerk reaction was like, of course I want the mini, but I got spoiled by the 11 Pro and I can't step down camera. Like I can't go back is really what happened. So I was like, I guess I get a Pro because the night mode and the extra stuff that comes with that like is exceptional. And the other thing I've noticed about it is video as well, like taking video of stuff. Like one thing, like I always have sort of this set of pictures that I take when I get a new phone of like, what does that neon sign look like at night, and things like that. Like, and I have like this set of photos over the years of like, this is what it looked like on my 4S, and this is what it looked like on my 11 Pro. And one of the ones that I'm waiting to take is my house with the Christmas lights up with the 12 Pro. Because that's going to be because that's a really hard picture to take. Like I've taken that picture with like every phone at some point and it's been terrible. And like this year I don't have to be like, I got to get out there at like 4:15 because that's when the golden hour app says I can be outside and get a picture where the lights are on, but you can still see everything. Like that doesn't matter anymore. Because like last year I got a picture because in the before times we did full on Halloween and I have like pictures from full on Halloween and like that I took in the nighttime, 8-9 o'clock at night. Oh yeah, I didn't get a picture. I can go get a picture. And I also got like video because like it's a whole experience to walk up the path to my door at Halloween. It's a whole thing. I'll show you the video later. And even just like taking video in lower lighting is also really, really impressive. So I can't wait to try out some low light video features with the 12 Pro.
Yeah. I don't think we can overstate because we're all waxing, except for Britany so far, we're all waxing enthusiastic about this. And I mean, the 11 was great. I'm dying to really put the 12 through its paces, but these are just superior phones. This edition of Mac Voices is supported by you, our viewers and listeners, through our Patreon and PayPal sponsorship options. To learn more, visit macvoices.com/support. If you get value from Mac Voices, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/macvoices. You get access to the Mac Voices Thinking posts, exclusive Patreon-only video chats, as well as having your name in the credits of each Mac Voices show for the months you support. Having you as a Mac Voices patron helps us pay the bills and keep building and improving Mac Voices. Or, if one-time support is more your speed, use our PayPal option. You too will get your name in the show notes of every Mac Voices episode for the month you contribute. Or you can support the show by writing a review in iTunes or buying through our affiliate links. Neither of these costs you anything, but they help Mac Voices a great deal. Again, macvoices.com/support. Thanks to everyone who contributes to keep Mac Voices firing on all cylinders. But David, I wanted to hear about you said you had some stories or adventures related to the case.
Well, first off was first I want to get to the point you talked about as far as the size goes. I've still got my 11 Pro Max here, which I'll be trading in very soon. And I definitely see this thing feels smaller. I mean, even though it is slightly taller in size, because you put them next to each other, there really isn't, you got just a little bit of edge here at the top here as far as size goes. So it's a little bigger, but I agree with you. It actually, I know it's probably an illusion, but you're looking at the screen, but it does feel a little smaller in my pocket. It's just, it didn't feel as, like you said, it's like a brick in your pocket. It's because it's so big. But it does have some good feeling, a good feeling to it. So that itself, I think they did a really good job with. But the big thing I was having problem was being able to restore my backup from my 11 Pro Max. I went and tried to do the restore. The first way I wanted to do is, I think the best way, but it does take longer, is doing iPhone to iPhone, where it just goes over Bluetooth and just does the restore. It sat, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to wait here for a while. And then after about 40 minutes, it failed. I'm like, oh, great. So then I tried the next way. You start over, you do a restore, and then restore it with the iCloud. Same thing happened. It said, cannot restore this backup at this time. I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be a lot of fun now. So I tried iMazing. I went and did a backup. I had a backup from my 11 Pro Max on iMazing. That failed too. And I let that go for about 50 minutes or so before that timed out. So strike three. I'm now going to go to a fourth way of doing it. iTunes or the music app. I backed it up through Finder. That is, you do it now with Catalina. Yeah. Same thing, failed. So I gave up. So I signed in with my iCloud account as normal. The good thing with the iCloud, and that was which made me happy enough that I was going to I decided to move on, was that your contacts, your calendar, your iMessages are all restored, because that's all part of the iCloud account no matter what. It doesn't have to be restored from a backup. So it was a good excuse for me to do some cleaning up, because of course I had probably like 300, 400 plus apps on my iPhone as it was anyway. So this way, it was a pain, because I had to, I had to, compare to the other phone. Luckily, I get to keep the other phone for a few more days before I get the trade-in box and ship it back. And went through and actually I airdropped every app that I wanted to put on there, instead of me having to go into the app store, look it up, and put it in there. So at least it was a little easier to install each one. I was able to do that. So, that was my first unfortunate experience. And then I got a spec case. I like the spec cases normally, because it's the heavier, thicker case. And it's, when you drop it, it's a much better protection when it comes to, if you drop it. So, and I've got, as you know, Chuck, I've got the iHome, the clock with the wireless stand on it. So I'm like, yeah, I want to put it on there. That's great. I bet it'll work fine. I put it on there. It won't charge because the case is too thick because of this phone. I couldn't believe that had to be the case. So I'm like, okay, I give up. So then I got this kind of case now, and I got this case, and I'm going to try both. And they're like $12 to $15 each one of them. So, but yeah, the cost of two of these cases is not even the cost of the spec case. And I also had the case that Britany had that I was going to go with, and now even more reason I'm going to return it because yours cracked. That gives me even more reason that I don't want to. I'm not going to keep this. And I looked at this case, and I knew from my past experience with Apple cases that they're not very good.
David, are the Apple cases hard shell? I mean, like a really hard shell, or
no? This case is a. And I still have it in here. I'm returning it. It's got some flex to it, so it's just like Britany's. I mean, it has some flex to it, so it's not a real hard shell. But I mean, the one thing I don't.
If you like to take it off and on a bunch.
Yeah. Because the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have the, like this case has the piece on the protection on the bottom, so it protects the whole bottom of the phone. Where this one does not have that. So
I saw that as a benefit because it doesn't get in my way of swiping up.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of that, but yeah. I was like kind of disappointed about that because I had been so used to having a case that has the protective bottom to it, and I mean, I did order the MagSafe charger, and this does have the ring, and it is interesting. You probably saw it, Britany, when you put the case on, the ring pops up when you put the case onto the iPhone. That tells you that the MagSafe. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
no.
When you put this case on the phone, it actually it'll actually sense that it's the MagSafe case, and that little ring shows up on the display and tells you that it's got MagSafe. As part of this case, so because this case actually lets that MagSafe adapter attach much stronger than it will.
Oh yeah,
without the case. So
yeah,
another added thing, but I don't think anything. Not a huge deal breaker, but I'm very disappointed with this case, and I've been disappointed with Apple cases for a while, and so just even more reason now. Now you told me yours cracked, even more reason I'm sending it back.
Are they flexible, or are they just?
It's not too terribly bad. It is flexible. I just that was a deal breaker for me. It's not having that protection, and and now you even, like I said, if yours cracked, that's it. Deal breaker.
Well, I asked because I'm a little surprised because I've got I'm not quite sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, so I just kind of go for it. The Spigen case, and it's not a hard shell case. It's got that rubbery flex kind of thing to it. And I mean, it goes on fine. Mine has the bottom protection. Where's the camera? Mine has the bottom protection you're talking about, I think, for anything that it can protect. And it's an inexpensive case. But
just like this one.
Yeah. But it serves the needs.
That's my work phone case is the Spigen. For the
Spigen?
11 is
Spigen, yeah.
Spigen, I see it.
That one. Yeah. The clear one. And the other thing I like about it is that it's got this eensy-weensy, sorry to be technical, bit of texture on the inside so that it doesn't make the weird like lava lamp patterns where the plastic like super adheres to the back of your phone. So that's also nice about it too. And also like for being a smooth case, it has enough gription that you can like hold on to it and it doesn't like fly out of your hand, which is nice when you have a work phone you have to worry about. So it's nice to be able to hold on to it.
Yeah.
These were the two branded cases I got. This is the Tozo, I think it is, and that's the one that's got the black frame to it. Okay. And then this one was called 3Bs, I guess, that one, and that's similar to the Spigen. It looks like because it, as you see with my case, looks just like yours, Chuck. So
yeah. Yeah,
I'm not. I don't mind this case that much. It's pretty. It's just like the Spigen. It's got. It feels like it has a good enough amount of protection that I'm good with it. So,
well, and I will wait and see. And we had this discussion, I think, last week. I will wait and see for some of the more major brand name manufacturers to come out and have theirs ready, so that I can decide, what's available, what features does each one have, and do I want to spend the money on them. Hey, before we go farther, I want to make sure I welcome Frank Petrie. He's already made a couple comments, but Frank, great to have you as always. Thanks for being here.
I showed up. I was wandering the streets.
We kind of expect that of you, Frank.
I ended up somehow back in my apartment. I don't know how that happened. But.
I don't want to know.
Did all of you just to catch up? Now, did all of you get phones this weekend?
Well, Andrew and Kelly got the pros.
We're old news.
So they were 2 weeks
within the
ago.
last couple weeks, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've all spoiled
Britany and
ourselves.
I have our new ones this week.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chuck, what'd you buy?
I got the Pro Max, the 12 Pro Max.
The slab.
Same here.
So the slab.
Which really
He was
is-
complaining that his iPad didn't fit in his pocket.
I heard
the whole
someone
thing.
call it the surf. Was it the surfboard or something?
Well, I compared it. I was afraid it was going to be like trying to put a surfboard in your pocket, and it really isn't. I mean, I mean, yes, is it bigger than my 11 Pro? Absolutely, but it just doesn't. I'm shocked at because that was one of my concerns when I opened it and pulled it out of the box. It's like, am I going to be happy with this? And I am.
We're very lucky you boys have that luxury.
To be fair, Chuck's pants could probably fit an actual surfboard in the pocket. Not like Britany and I are mad about it at all.
Oh, we're not going there. No.
I think
this is a comment on our available wardrobes.
Yeah,
it's
the size of a pocket in a woman's pair of pants is appalling, to say the least.
That's why I have a purse.
Well, I have
There
a
you
purse
go.
too, but yeah,
The purse industrial complex.
it is.
I
Like
try to get everything I can. You know.
we're all in the
It's free
organizer pocket of big purse.
Yeah. Andrew, I think you just won the whole episode.
You did. Big purse.
That's 5 points for Andrew.
I think that was good.
Believe me, I've definitely heard Kelly talking to me about this.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've heard it too.
I heard it plenty of times on TMO.
If you go back to MacVoices 2013, I think you'll hear Kelly talking about her lack of pockets.
I love my 5S, but it doesn't fit in my pocket. Yeah. That's me.
Britany, I know you've talked about on the show before that you wanted the smaller phone for some of the reasons that we're laughing about. Were you concerned about the camera at all, or did you just really want a smaller phone? Period.
If Apple gave me the option of paying them more money for a better camera, I would do it. Also, more storage than 256, which would be great. But this is a computer first. It's not a camera first. I need it to do lots and lots of computing without causing me repetitive stress injuries. And I'm going to use better posture when it's easier to hold up. And that's
Britany does actual work with her phone. Like I've seen it. It's impressive.
I just use it too much.
You bought the Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, do you like it? Because I had the SE 2020, and I'm just curious how they compare.
I never loved the 6 form factor, which is what the.
Well, yeah, I know. I like
2020 SE is,
as well. Yeah.
But I am a 5S is the best person, except this screen is a much better ratio of screen to size.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If I could make it a smidge closer to the a smidge closer to the 5S, I would definitely do that. It's just a tiny bit different, so I'm having to rework my habits around
muscle memory
iPhone holding,
Sure.
and I'm debating getting the little ring to like support it.
Yeah,
that might make up the difference. But yeah, what I wanted is a thing I can type one-handed and not have it hurt to like balance it and move my thumb around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a two-handed phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want a two-handed phone.
Not everybody likes two-handed, and if you're one-handed and having to pinky perch, like your options are limited. So
yeah. And I already get enough of this gesture where my hands are out in front of me when I'm typing. So a break when I go work and walk around is just one hand at a time or my left.
And I'm really intrigued by this. I hear everything you're saying, so don't misunderstand. I'm not missing the point of smaller hand needing a smaller phone. But for you to say that this is a computer first and a phone second, and to buy the small one, with the exception of the hand size, just seems completely contradictory to me.
I have been begging Apple to give me the latest processor. Like, I've actually written in feedback, multiple emails. Please give me the latest processor in a phone I can hold in one hand. This is an email I have been sending frequently. I knew the second they did, I would buy it and pay whatever it costs. In these emails, I have said, it is okay to charge me more than the biggest phone. I want the phone that fits in my hand and lets me do the computey things.
Yeah.
So, and I am nearsighted, which means I can see all the same things as I could on my 10S. It's just smaller, and I'm good with that.
Honestly, I like the dynamic text because for me personally, it's a security feature because I prefer to maximize the amount of stuff on the screen at a time. Like, I use the fire hose watch face, the one with like a complication in every corner and like 4 more in the middle. Like, bring it all. And so, like, for me, it's also partly a security feature because other people look at my phone and go, oh my Lord, how do you look at that? And hand it right back to me immediately. Nobody has any idea the text that's on the screen. So, like, I really like being able to sort of adjust that. One of the nice features of them is dynamic text, and then also that beautiful screen. So for Andrew,
so much prettier than I thought it would be.
Right? Britany's saga is, how Charlotte has been telling us for years, I just want Apple to make me a Fitbit. This is the same thing. Britany just keeps going, I just want them to give me today's processor in the right size phone. I'll pay it. Mm-hmm. Whatever they charge, I'll pay it. And they finally did. And so she did.
I said I wasn't going to get a new phone until they made one that was my hand, but then I didn't have a choice because the processor in my 6S was no longer adequate. So I like refused to give them money for it. So I had to buy it on eBay because like this is the principal message I needed to send to Apple. I am here and I need this to exist. Yeah. So I will not give you money for a phone until you give me one that fits in my hand.
So Apple, if you're listening, Britany thanks you. Britany thanks you.
And Britany wants a parking space.
Well, yeah, there's that. Andrew, spaceship, yeah. Andrew, what we've strangely enough we went down the road for cases for a little while. What do you have anything on yours, or do you go bareback on it?
So Kelly is laughing. Kelly and Charlotte tease me because my preference is not to use a case. Okay. I do actually have a couple cases though, so I can make a recommendation. I really like the cases from Totally because they're thin. Like that's their whole shtick is thin cases, and they come in a couple of different kinds of flavors. So there's what they call the matte version, which is it looks like a frosted glass, but it's hard plastic, so it's very slippery. So I didn't like that. But I do like a case that they have, which is, it's kind of like the cases that Dave and Britany have, which is the clear silicone. It's very grippy. And so if I'm in situations like camping or whatever, where I probably do want to have a case on, that's the type of case that I would prefer.
I will point out there's an episode of Daily Observations that is where the episode title is Andrew's iPhone Nudist Camp. That's all I'm saying.
Now, Andrew, when you don't use a case, do you find the phone? Which phone were you using? All your phones you've done this with?
Before I was using an iPhone 7 Plus. And this one is, the 12 Pro. I did find that the glass back of it is a little bit more slippery. However, one of the main reasons why I wanted to upgrade is because besides the camera, they return to that flat sides.
Yes.
And for me, that design is more grippy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other email they kept getting from me.
Don't understand. A lot of people I've heard complain that the flat edges, that they were sharp.
I haven't had that at all.
Let me hold my phone and have it not fall out of my hand, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, yeah. I find that like when I hold the 11 Pro and the 12 Pro without cases, what I found was that like the surface on the sides was less slippery on the 11 Pro with the curve, but I felt like I had a better grip on the square sides. I feel like those sides are a little slipperier than like if you just rub your thumb over the sides. I feel like the 12 Pro is slicker than the 11 Pro, but because the 12 Pro has that 90-degree edge, that I feel like I can hold on to it better. Okay. So for me, that's been like, that's the nicer piece of it. And I didn't like, I was always fond of that, but I didn't realize how much I missed it until I had it back as my daily driver and fell in love with the 90-degree edges all over again. I really, really love them.
I think it's better looking to me as far as from a design standpoint. It looks more like a true machine.
Yeah.
Instead of, this is something I just got from my cousin.
It's more industrial almost. And I really like the slab of tech. Like I'm into it. Yeah.
Slab of tech.
Yeah. Like with these 12 Pros and 12 Pro Max, I think the Mini is just aluminum, but these other ones have stainless steel edges. And that, like Frank said, gives it that industrial, professional look, I think.
Yeah, but then they say the stainless steel edge is sort of like a magnet for smudges, fingerprints.
Yeah.
It is.
Oil really easy.
They said it.
It's super shiny. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so are your cases. The clear cases anyway. At some point, I think some people get a little bit crazy about, if that's the case, then okay, please put white gloves on whenever you use your phone. You're overboard. The next edition of Mac Voices will wrap up this Mac Voices Live panel, discussing the experiences and first impressions with the new iPhone 12s of all shapes and sizes. We also get an unwanted visitor and start talking about the new HomePod minis, again in the next edition of Mac Voices. Until then, and as always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.